The US Department of Treasury has issued sanctions on 8 banks and 26 individuals with financial links to the DPRK. The Treasury Department says the sanctions complement UN Security Council resolutions aimed at pressuring the DPRK to end its nuclear program. Now, the UN imposed fresh sanctions on the DPRK over its nuclear test on September 3rd, targeting oil imports and textile exports. AP senior video journalist Raphael Wober has more from Pyongyang.
I think that the important thing is that the DPRK reaction to sanctions has changed a little bit this year compared to in the past. In the past, it was always a kind of angry rejection saying that sanctions aren't going to make any difference. Sanctions have been on the DPRK for many years and they're not going to make any difference now. But this year, certainly, and especially after the last 2 rounds of UN sanctions in August and September, the DPRK has been stating more clearly that it feels concerned about these sanctions. For example, a foreign ministry statement just this month after the last round of sanctions saying that these are hitting the civilian population here, the livelihoods of civilians, and also describing the sanctions as an attempt to exterminate the people of the DPRK, the country here. I think, though, that the real kinds of problems that people worry about outside the country, up till now, inside Pyongyang, here on the streets, in the shops and restaurants, there aren't yet signs of great change. The main thing in the past few days, the executive order from the US president last week really was something considerably more serious possibly than this new list of banks and individuals which has come out from the US Treasury Department on Tuesday. The latest listing is really just more detail to give financial institutions around the world more concern, more trepidation in approaching anything to do with Korean DPRK individuals or institutions.